Robinhood dropped an important hint today for all holders, and it's going to have huge implications for Dogecoin. Hello guys, and welcome back to Crypto Fire, where we talk about Dogecoin, cryptocurrency, and investing. So, as we all know, the Robinhood update about wallets came out on September 22nd. It talked about how Robinhood is putting out a waitlist that anyone can join. And now, let's look at this. This happened just yesterday. There are 1 million people on the waiting list for the wallets. This update said that they're currently working hard to have the wallets up and running. Now, this is really bullish because this demonstrates how many people are interested in the crypto market on Robinhood's platform. 1 million people in a month is a crazy number. That also shows you how large a crypto user base Robinhood has, and this is great for Doge because Doge and Robinhood are codependent on each other to an extent. I've talked about how Robinhood said that most of its crypto trading revenue came from Dogecoin, and then it issued a warning saying that its Q2 revenue is going to be worse than Q1 because Doge trading had seen a dip too. And we all know how at the beginning of this year, people were buying Dogecoin like crazy on Robinhood. Also, we will see highly bullish activity from Dogecoin and the entire crypto market because of this. The wallets are going to making it simpler for more customers to invest in the crypto market, and it'll bring more utility, more use cases, and more mainstream adoption for Doge. Let's look at the entire crypto market cap now. It looks like cryptos are finally exploding. We have Ethereum pumping, Bitcoin pumping, and Dogecoin outperforming the whole crypto market. I've been telling you that we are now in the second leg of the bull run, and therefore the crypto market will have a lot of volatility. And as you can see, this volatility will be more positive overall. The months of October, November, and December have traditionally been highly positive for cryptos and financial markets all around the world. Overall, the crypto market has been stabilizing around a $2.1 to $2.2 trillion market cap. Also, we aren't seeing Doge fall below 24 cents, and that's a really good indication. Now, we've talked about Plan B before, but it's still worth mentioning. According to his prediction, Bitcoin will be at its all-time highs by the end of October. Also, his predictions for the next 3 months are in line with how the market has performed in October, November, and December. The point is that it's paying off for everyone who's been looking at all the statistics and new data for cryptos. Still, there's a lot of new data coming out that we need to talk about today. According to this, more people are intending to hold onto their cryptos for the long haul. As you can see here, Bitcoin exchange flows are at the lowest they've been in over a year. They're even lower than they were when Bitcoin reached its peak in May, and so we are still seeing a massive supply shock for Bitcoin. Right now, we're also seeing a decline in Bitcoin supply, which means that there's very little supply and very high demand. When this happens, this is an indication that things are about to crazy for crypto. And we can say the exact same thing for Ethereum too. Popular trader Lark Davis pointed out that Ethereum is absolutely going to blow up because of the same reason. He said that there are around 3 million less Ethereum on exchanges now compared to when the price was at an all-time high. Wow, this market is a ticking time bomb. Now, let's take a look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. After a couple of weeks of hanging around fear and extreme fear, we're back in the greed again. And at this point, it looks it was inevitable. This sudden movement to greed implies that a lot of new people are coming inside the market. Before we look at what the institutional investors are doing, let's talk about some really interesting news from yesterday. So we know that some governments are cracking down on cryptos. We saw that big ban in China this last week, and now Edward Snowden said that this would only strengthen Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Basically, he said that, "Sometimes I think back to this and wonder how many people bought Bitcoin then. It's up 10x since, despite a coordinated global campaign by governments to undermine public understanding of and support for crypto. China even banned it, but it just made Bitcoin stronger." Personally, I agree with this since it helps people understand the significance of cryptos. It also tells us that a country as powerful as China can't kill Bitcoin for good. And something like this gives the retail investors a lot of confidence in cryptos. Now, the big banks all over the world are afraid of cryptos because they know that people are preferring them for better returns. And so, they're spreading a lot of FUD. And then there are some governments that are genuinely concerned because of all the crypto frauds. But despite all of this, Dogecoin has survived, and that is the bottom line here. Now, let's look at a really shocking report on institutional investors that came out yesterday. It looks like they basically changed their whole approach when it comes to crypto. This week, they did something entirely different than they have for the previous 16 or 17 weeks. And this is critical because it can help us choose which cryptos to invest in and where the entire market is headed. So, CoinShares publishes a weekly report on institutional investors' digital asset inflows and outflows. We saw that institutional investors poured $90 million into digital asset investment products in last week's report. But the interesting thing here is that over the last few weeks, we've seen coins like Cardano, Solana, Polkadot, and other big altcoins Ripple lead the way for inflows. And this time, Bitcoin was the leader with around $68.7 million of inflow, and Ethereum was second with $20.2 million in inflows, and we predict them to remain at the top indefinitely. Now, this week, we noticed $1.1 million of inflows for Cardano and $0.7 million inflows for Solana. And according to this report, it appears that institutional investors are involved in this. The key finding is that institutions are leaning far more towards Bitcoin and Ethereum than they have in the previous several weeks. For the previous 3 or 4 months, we've seen people regularly select Cardano and Solana above Bitcoin, but in this report, we're seeing they drifted back towards Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is intriguing because, at the start of a bull market, we would expect them to be investing significantly in altcoins. Now, this might make you think if the bull market is about to start its second leg or if we've already begun. Personally, I believe it has already begun. It appears that institutional investors are simply attempting to balance their portfolios by investing more heavily in Bitcoin and Ethereum after weeks of getting into altcoins. In any case, it's really fascinating to me that they're doing something that they haven't done in weeks. Now, let's look at where we're really headed on the basis of some technical indicators. So, right now we're witnessing that Bitcoin's price is starting to climb closer and closer to 51,000 per coin, and now many analysts are predicting that Bitcoin will be worth between $200K and $300K in the near future. So, TechDev on Twitter analyzed the monthly RSI for Bitcoin with Fibonacci levels, and what we see here is that we witnessed 2 peaks for the RSI in 2013 and 2017, right around the 2 bull markets. Now, we've only seen 1 peak so far in 2021, but when you compare it to Fibonacci levels, Bitcoin will end up at 200 to 300K per coin at the end of this bull market. Not only that, but when you look at the RSI and Fibonacci levels and also look at Plan B's prediction for Bitcoin, it makes a lot of sense. So Plan B has said that this bull market is expected to reach 288K per coin. So when you start looking at the RSI and when you start looking at Fibonacci levels and when you combine it with Plan B's stock-to-flow model, everything is pointing to Bitcoin's price reaching between 200 and 300K per coin at the end of this bull market. And this is highly bullish for Dogecoin because its price correlation with Bitcoin is still very high. It was at 0.92 a couple of days ago, and now it has fallen to 0.8. This is because Dogecoin rose even more than Bitcoin did. So, the point is that it's highly likely that Doge will end this bull run at $1 or more. And this is it for today's video. Thanks for watching till the end. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and sharing it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications for daily videos on Dogecoin and cryptocurrency. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below. Goodbye. Take care.